Hey TV fans, welcome to Tori Talks TV. In this video, I'll be discussing and recapping Evil Season 2, Episode 9. This episode is called U is for UFO, and this might be the most delightfully random episode thus far. It's episodes like these that give me a little bit of an existential crisis. Okay, let's dive in. So it begins with this pilot who is telling the story of when she was in flight. She saw this bright light and it actually came through her, and it's 10 times faster than the speed of light, but there's no sonic boom. Got a little bit technical, so I don't really know what else she was talking about. But she said that this light made her feel closer to God, more than ever. So of course, our trio has to investigate her credibility. She's questioned by the church. They hook her up to this odor machine where she has to identify the odor that she was smelling when the light went through her. And then later on, Ben meets another young lady. She's only 17 years old. Her name is Asha. She saw the same light on the same day, had the same good feeling, but it could have been just the marijuana that she said she smoked earlier. I don't really know. All right, and then Kristen and Andy have a session with Dr. Kurt because obviously Kristen's been acting a little funny and Andy's concerned. So he talks about her issues of anger and her self-harm, which Dr. Kurt seems really surprised by. Obviously, Kristen hasn't been disclosing that information to him, but Kristen doesn't deny that she's changed. She actually says she feels empowered by it and that it's her job that is making her this way because she's being challenged by it. And she did knock a guy out with frozen french fries, so that's different. And crazy Grandma Cheryl decides to show that video because it went viral to the kids, because of course she did. And then Andy and Kristen have to talk to the girls about it. And then he says that he's going back to Colorado for a month to shut down their business. Why do I feel like this is going to be the demise of Andy? I know that sounds really morbid, but I just don't think this character is going to survive. Does anybody else agree? I feel it. Their daughter Laura gets in trouble later on because she shows that video of her mom knocking the guy out. She's really proud of her mom. And then she calls her teacher an effing liar. Kids stuff, right? And then there's poor David. He is still trying so hard to see God. And then there's this aggressive knocking on the door by Dum Dum Leland, who's crying and asking David for help. He says this rosary around his neck attacked him. And then he says there was a winged creature who was trying to pull him apart, blah, blah, blah. So David has Ben check the footage, which it's so obvious that Leland knows that they hacked his laptop. He's such a little weasel. And then Leland is later talking to the horned therapist guy. Horny therapist guy? No, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, this horned guy is kind of questioning Leland's willpower. And he's like, I need blood, or I'm going to have to tell the manager, whoever that is. So Leland shows up to Cheryl's house. And he wants her blood, literally wants a little bit of her blood. She's like, no, I'm too busy right now worshiping Eddie, my Eddie. So Leland does the unthinkable, didn't see this coming, and he cuts off the head of the horny guy. And then he invites Cheryl over for dinner and serves her, the horned guy, with some curry, of course, obviously. And so then he has some kind of proposition for Cheryl, which we don't really get to know anything about. But they seem to be on good terms right now. And then David is also, at one point, using this Gregorian chant sound. And then he sees visions. He sees visions of blood on his face, a stabbing. He sees himself on top of Kristen in bed, and then some other images that I'm still trying to get out of my head. He has Ben look at his laptop because after he closes his laptop, he still hears a buzzing sound. And then Ben finds a pentagram drawn on a chip inside the computer. Then they have to stage a video of David to throw off Leland. It's a whole thing. Goodness gracious, if that wasn't enough. Then we have this government official that stops Kristen from leaving her house, and he says, hey, it's just what that lady saw is just Russian drone technology. You've stumbled upon this secret US operation. Stand down. And then another guy from Rome who looks and talks like a robot, possibly an alien himself, he says that the government guy's not telling the truth about the Russian technology. And David says, so basically you're like Vatican Secret Service, and he's apparently a part of the entity. And then he says our trio and those two ladies that saw the being are all invited to Rome. We're all gonna go on a little family vacation to Rome. But while David is signing something, he sees a RMS fertility pamphlet, and he kind of asks the alien about it, and he's like, just don't worry about it, David. But I'm worried about it. And then all of a sudden, the ladies say, oh no, I was lying about my account of that bright light. So, okay, they were obviously paid off, but you know, Bishop Marx, I'm really getting really suspicious of him. I'm kind of sick of him, and I'm on to you, Bishop Marx. And then my favorite scene of this episode takes place between Kristen and David. They have a little check-in, a little chat. She asks him about any doubts he has about becoming ordained, you know, the usual. And then she confesses that she's angry because she hates people. That was very honest. She says that they're bad. People are bad. David tries to make her feel better. He shares that, you know, a long time ago, he said science wasn't enough to explain his life. So that's why he ended up going the spiritual route like his mom. And then he's just dropping truth bombs left and right. He gives this really great bike metaphor, which I'm not even going to try to paraphrase because I will mess it up. He says Americans are obsessed with purity. And then he says there's only one solution: forgiveness. Sounds easy enough. Then David and Kristen hug it out, and the sexual tension is palpable as always. They are basically inhaling each other in this embrace. And then she's about to leave, and she's like, please don't become a priest, and that she would miss him. But he assures her that he'll still be there, but probably not in the capacity that she wants. Kristen later apologizes to Andy, says that she's not being herself, and just be patient with her. I love that the trio, kind of towards the end, they start playing with that odor machine. And David says, you know what? Forget the church. I'm going to go rogue, and I'm going to investigate the RMS fertility on my own. Good. Finally. I've been waiting for this storyline to build. Oh, and also fun fact, apparently UFOs smell like cotton candy, if you were ever wondering. All right, guys. Please comment below. Let me know what I missed. I know I missed a lot because this episode was jam-packed with content. Please comment below, as you always do. I'm telling you, your comments like make my day. Thank you. Keep them coming, and then please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.